So yeah, man, I think just kind of what we're talking about last week, not last week, yesterday, was some pretty cool epic stuff. I have on here just to kind of show. Was it? Can you see the keynote from here?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So, we were going over what is the purpose and to meet the deficit that has been seen in the parish, specifically in the role of the pastor and laity. The roles that these individuals have been asked to fill require skills that they have not been fully equipped with to engage in the evangelization. The parish academy exists to transform churches running on instinct into thriving organic cells of society. Okay, that makes sense now. So we are ministers, not messiahs. Boom. That's a topic. What's up?
No, it is. Yeah, it's great. I'm excited about that.
So yeah, I think something that we can be able to try to see. Is there a way that you could get an internet connection on campus somewhere? Like the use of a
Yeah, but
student's ID?
it's gonna be really expensive. Not expensive. Loud. It's gonna be really loud. Cause like there's nowhere it's gonna be like a quiet place.
Not like a study room?
No, I can't go to those. That'd be sweet though.
Yeah, no, because I was wondering about that. I mean, at Texas State, I would let the Focus missionaries borrow my login stuff to use the really high-speed stuff on campus.
Yeah, I can ask. I know like right now it's gonna be like ridiculous busy because like this is like last week before finals, so everyone's gonna be using the study rooms.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I was thinking of ideas so we can. Uh, I know that it takes a little bit less bandwidth to like broadcast from your phone. It's not the best image quality, but
mhm.
it's what we got. So just something to think about. Um, I think it helps now and then, like so, to do this prayer at the very end of this one. You know,
Last night you said you were thinking about starting it at the beginning, but we can definitely do it at the end. It was at the end of the website yesterday.
oh, okay, yeah. Let's let's click this back up again. And as that loads, so let's pretend like right now we were doing the webinar, like do our introduction, you know, right? Oh no, are you there? Frozen. Okay, so you there? It's black screen.
Hey,
You.
yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, now I can, yeah.
Okay, that's what happened. Yeah, so I was saying like, okay, so we do the introduction, and then we basically cast vision for the strategy, right? Um, and we start that off with the Steve Jobs story. That's what we were kind of talking about last night. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I think, that's a really good idea to have because it's something to really go to our benefit of the, I think just of the realities of that we want to all go in different directions in the new evangelization, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Like instead of spreading ourselves thin, let's make two really good focuses.
Mm-hmm. Man, now that camera looks awesome.
For me,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm.
That's my phone camera.
It's really good. Man, one thing I like about this, once you click on someone's screen, you have to keep on like clicking manually to go back and forth.
Oh yeah. That could be actually a pretty cool update. Like whoever's talking it switches to them.
Yeah, well, no, it automatically does switch. Um, I don't know how to. I'm trying to see the settings on here.
Hmm.
But once you click someone's name, let's see, just present to everyone. I don't even know what the present to everyone means.
Uh, is that like when you click that person's screen right there, that's what everyone else sees also?
Well, I think when either way you click it back and forth, it's cameraman. What? Okay. Um, oh, I can't mute your video.
If you want me to, I can though.
I can just mute your audio. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So we
Means
got
I can make obnoxious
screen
faces at you.
share.
And you froze.
I froze. Hello.
Yeah, you're good now. I hear you now.
Oh, okay. Um. So yeah, like we read last night, this is the end of our conversation, which it was awesome.
Hmm.
Father Charles Bruno Kabir. Maybe something that we might want to look into is, you know, who is this guy? Um, so he was invited to share with him on the topic, the new evangelization and the role of pastoral agents. Now, pastoral agent is a terminology used in Evangelii God,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Yes.
it is a sad fact that a lot has been said on evangelization over the years, but very little has been done. And I think that's something like that's a straight up like statement because for people, I know that I've said stuff like that before, and people from like SPO, they're like, "Well, what do you mean? People have been doing this for like 30 years already, Brian." You know, um, but in
Right.
reality, it's like you've been doing this for 30 years, and like the parish went to crap in 30 of those 50 years. You know,
Right. And
so it's
honestly,
like
if
I
you ask a
understand like
random, yeah.
what's that?
No, I was just gonna say, like honestly, if you were to ask, um, like a random parishioner, like do a poll, do a survey, or whatever, I doubt that any type of majority would actually know what the new evangelization actually means.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's the mark of its effectiveness, not like not what's actually been done, but like the success of what's been done, because that's really what.
Yeah, man. I think so. That's gonna be the if that's gonna be the end. What is gonna be like the bullet points so we could just know for our reference of where we steer the direction and the fluidity of where we're gonna go. Oh, I think it's freezing.
The
Hello? No.
goal wasn't that it would just Egypt. I'm still here.
Okay.
All right, cool. Hey, so I was saying that it'd actually be really cool if we actually did that prayer, the poem, whatever, at the end, because I like I have an idea for that, and so in the sense that you're sitting here, you're telling all about the new evangelization, you're casting all this vision for like it's a lot's been said, very little's been done. Here's what it means, here's what the goal is, and everything else, and here's your role in that. And then at the very end, be like, but guess what? It's okay because it doesn't all rely on us being successful because of this. And so I have that poem at the end,
Hmm.
and like I think that could be kind of a cool way because like that's two different levels or layers of like making it uncomfortable and then giving them the solution.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what Justin put. I think he might have taken his prayer books with him, but I was reading in one of my textbooks today during Holy Hour for class, and it was the media and the family. That's the chapter I'm on, and it talks about how television has like come in and really destroyed the relationships between the family. Uh, when we start talking about TV, oh, it gets personal because everybody loves their TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Everyone has their show.
everyone has their show or they have their football game and stuff like that as well. But look at it now. You have husbands and fathers missing mass, not even going to mass with their families because they want to watch a damn football game. Are you
Right.
kidding me? You know? So
Yep, I know, I know.
it's obviously it's disrupted the family dynamic. And so when we start looking at what is our role in new evangelization, um, well, I think sorry, I brought that up because it was a good point to her just to kind of give us a gut check and making sure that what we're doing on these webinars is really allowing us to see the ethical viewpoint of it too, and that and they say that true authentic communication is one that leads person to a response and the ability to respond and as a direction towards a human relationship. So it's so funny that the straight line persuasion model, right, that we're putting in here is the straight line is towards a human relationship. So I thought that was really cool, and how that's what JP2 is really saying of like how the authentic form of communication, as long as it has a straight line towards an end goal of human communication.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I like that a lot. Um, oh, one other thing to kind of better explain what I was trying to say just a couple
Mhm.
minutes ago with the ending. So you give them the solution, right? Like there's the first process of here's the problem, here's the solution. You're part of it. You're part of the solution. But the problem is that the solution actually makes them uncomfortable. It's the biggest thing we've seen. The solution
Yeah.
makes them uncomfortable, and so that's where that second solution comes in. Like the poem would be like, hey, guess what? Here, you know what the solution is, and you know that makes you uncomfortable. But here's a second solution, and here's like why it's going to be okay, and like why
Mm.
it's actually like here's why something that seems impossible to you is possible.
Because everybody thinks that they have to go out and mass evangelize, right?
Right, but that's actually not even effective because have you heard that story? Like the story of the two different evangelizers.
Mm-mm.
One's like one is like the incredible like master evangelist, and they they evangelize like a million people. Every single one of those people goes on to live their whole life. Just devout Catholics, whatever. Like they do all the stuff they're supposed to do, but they don't evangelize anyone else. But this one person's evangelizing a million people per year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you compare that to a person that just evangelizes two, and they work with those two. And it's like this is the whole spiritual multiplication thing, right? So like those two go out and work with their two, those two go out and work with their two, and so like that keeps building. And it's actually in like year 19, the person that invested in two is actually surpassing the master evangelist, and in year 24, it's just astronomically different, like
Oh,
over.
the spiritual multiplication story.
Yeah, yeah, that Curtis Martin tells.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that's the big thing is like you don't have to be a master evangelist for any of this to work. And this is actually it says it in here. I think it's at the end in the conclusion maybe, when he kind of says, yeah, here it is. Okay, so it's at the under the concluding remarks. Um, it says it's a call on pastoral agents who are able and willing to move a pastoral resolution, not a pastoral revolution, to resist the temptation to be showboys and showgirls or master of the crowds in the Lord's vineyard, but rather cultivate an insatiable and unquenchable thirst, hunger, and quest in search to evangelize or convert at least one soul, not more, a day, week, month, year. And this will be the true spirit of the new evangelization. Like that's the thing is like it's intentional, but it's not calling you to evangelize the whole world. It's calling you to reach out to one, you know?
So he's saying like the new evangelization is a subtle twin call on the pastoral agent to be the yeast, not the dough,
Mm-hmm.
and the mustard seed, not the big tree.
Right.
Neither call for the show boys or girls nor the master of the crowds. Because I mean I think that's definitely what the temptation for what we're doing here in the project, right? Like
Right.
I have no, which is why the Lord called me to do this, because it's so funny. Actually, in politics, I had no desire to be. I only had a desire to be an advisor. And people who actually make the decisions, but are behind the scenes. They're not the show person. They're not the figurehead. That's what I realized that was my main calling. And so to be able to do this now, I mean, we're going to be hanging out with Archbishop Fisher Kayla. You know what I mean? Like we're hanging out talking to Archbishop daily. And
Yeah.
in really big ways in the church. And so, but that's I think because of the fact that we're not striving to be big, like the show boys and showgirls or
Right.
master of the crowds. We're just basically living our evangelization call and creating dialogue and starting a discussion, you
Right.
know.
Yep.
And I think there's always that story of, it always gets to me. I forgot where I heard it, but it was really about this guy who was really passionate about boat making, right? He loved boats, and for love of much as he loved it, he didn't know anything about making boats or anything within there. So all of a sudden, he wanted to make a difference, and he wanted to be able to start a discussion with people, and so he started a podcast, a simple podcast, right? And from that podcast, he started developing followers, people who were very interested in boating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, then he found himself becoming the center of the discussion about boating across the world. He has like 80,000 listeners now, worldwide. And then what happened was that he created a website, and then people wanted him, because of his podcast, they wanted to market and sell their products for boating on his website. And the dude's
Wow.
now a billionaire.
That's awesome.
So like that, I heard that story. Actually, Jeff Cavins told me that story. He was hanging out with us at the Green Door in Benedictine this past like October or something. And that's Benedictine for you, man. You're just like hanging out with some crazy cool people all the time. And I just gotten back. I think we were doing something. I was really tired and just wanted to go to bed. But Jeff Cavins was there. Like you can't not hang out with Jeff Cavins.
Right.
And something that he actually really challenged us, and he said it was when he turned 25 that he realized he wasn't the little kid anymore. Right? He realized that he wasn't the one that was going from talk to talk, conference to conference, finding the next big thing. He realized that all of a sudden people looked to him for the answer. They looked to him to be able to say, well, what do you think? And I think it's pretty sad that right now in the church we were waiting until we're 25 years old to be able to believe that we actually are leaders. I mean, when you get confirmed in the church, you're technically an adult in the church,
Mm-hmm.
So you have that apostolic, like just the authority to go and really bring the truth and the gospel to everybody and raise up in leadership. But he says, the success of the Bible timeline wasn't that he was trying to do everything in there. He just saw a need in the church, and for 48 hours, he wanted it for himself. He wanted to say this is a bigger story, and he wanted it for himself. So he built this out. 48 hours, literally burned the midnight oil, and just started constructing this thing known as a Bible timeline. And literally, ever since then, that is all he has done. He is now in his 50s, going into his 60s, and he is still sharing the same thing that he was passionate about when he was 25 years old.
Wow. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So I think, like, when I hear you say, like, I'm in for the long haul, I believe you. And I think it's something that when we have our vision for our lives, this is where, and that's actually why I asked you about your girlfriend, like, what does she think about this? Because, this is really something that you want to have that support, to be able to
Oh yeah.
behind that, So I think it's really awesome. It's a really good thing because then she'd be like, "This is horrible. You're just the worst idea ever."
No, she's very on board. Like she definitely sees like just God's providence in it. It's the best way to describe that. She definitely sees it, and she's very supportive of it. I mean, she was just as blown away as I was, though, to begin with. It's like, wait, what? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, man. I'm just trying to think. So we'll have this introduction, and I think of something to where I think, like, I love just having these little bullet points because I think the more organic and the ability for us to really think what we're going to say before we say it, but on the spot, that's something to
Hmm.
you might even hear it in my language now where there is a pause or something because I'm actually thinking of what I'm going to say next. And I realized that through the videos and making these videos now that it's becoming second nature to me to just be a clearer speaker.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
one, and you'll find throughout the summer when you're trying to communicate in Italian, boy, you have to think about what you're going to say. You have to
Hmm.
translate from English into Italian,
Right.
and then you receive Italian and translate to English to be able to generate a response back in Italian. And that's just the basics, right? Then not only that, we're taking it to the next level, and you're going to be learning high level theology in Italian.
Hmm.
So like it really helps us to just be able to be, and right now like there's like some things, webinar trainings that I've just kind of got more accustomed to is like just looking at my Logitech right now and pretending that's Chris Baker's face right now, because all of a sudden, what does the screen look like right now? It looks like I'm talking particularly right to you
Right.
because I'm talking right into the camera. I'm looking right into the lens, trying to figure out every little aspect of it, and that is our audience. Is that Logitech little webcam?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if that all kinds of makes sense of just what I'm talking about for just what this first webinar is going to look like. I think that the best thing to start doing is just test running and test recording. Um, but like, see, like right now, I mean, it's pixelated your screen, but it's not as. Sometimes it's really good. It's not as just like what is it, the video trouble? It says disable HD. Well, I don't want to do that, but it's crazy having this webinar jam thing right here.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's pull up the keynote.
Got it.
And we look at the, make sure this is sharing. So What is my role in the new evangelization? What are these bullet points? Introduction. How are you going to introduce yourself, Chris?
How am I?
Yeah. So let's just practice that. So, hey guys, Brian Lemus here with Project Illuminate, and here is Chris Baker as well, who's coming on live for the first time and joining our staff in May. And pretty, it's really excited to just really join this partnership. That's what I'm trying to practice at right now. It's like, I don't even need to go to that detail. I just need to say, hey, Brian here, and then Brian and Chris here.
Yeah. And then I guess I would introduce myself like, yeah, thanks, Brian. Like, I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Brian. No, I would just probably automatically go into like, hey, I'm Chris Baker. I'm, uh, this is my first webcast. I can't talk. Wow. Yeah, so hey, I'm Chris Baker. It's my first webinar ever. I'm working with Illuminate starting in May. Happy to be here, something like that. What do you think? I don't know. That was rough.
No, it's all we're practicing. This is good. So I think really remember what are the 4 things that people need to know and that they're going to wind up buying from you? What are the 4 key things that Jordan Belfort talks about?
Passion is one of them.
You got to be enthusiastic as hell.
Right. Be an authority.
A force to be reckoned with.
Force to be reckoned with.
And the last 2 are very similar. They have the same word in them.
And then that goes into the scarcity stuff too?
No, they got to trust you, and they have to trust your company.
Right.
Those 4 key components is what consist of that. So, check this out. I wanna load a video in here. Let's see. Let me go to YouTube. I didn't find that. Okay, tell me if you can you see anything?
Where? In the Webby or on the presentation, on the keynote?
Yeah. No, Webby.
No, I don't see anything in the keynote on the Webby. No, I don't see anything in the Webby.
Chris, you there?
Hey,
Dude, it popped us back. It kicked us out.
audio from you. Can you hear me?
I think I went
Oh,
too hardcore with it.
there we go.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back. All right.
It like this session ended. I was like, no.
Yeah, I had no idea what happened. I thought you like because it paused for a while and then it ended. And I was like, okay. It also said you left the presentation on like the keynote online.
Yeah, I think the whole internet just kind of went out here for a little bit. Weird.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh my gosh. What did you just share with me?
What?
There's like 20 screens. I don't know.
Um,
Never mind.
it just goes to all the different. They go on YouTube.
Okay. I can see you're on YouTube. I can't see anything happening. Maybe that's not true. I saw a new page.
Okay, all I wanted to see was like check out this video, right? What we just did.
Hmm.
Can you see the video?
Yeah, I can see it loading. Yep.
This is ridiculous. You're back. I'm back probably.
Should be loading. Come on. Hey, I think I can hear you. Yes, I can.
I can hear you.
Cool.
Yeah, so I figured I'm juicing out the internet here. Um,
Can you just post the
basically the band.
the can you just post the link in the presentation? I can watch it.
Hey, now we're thinking with our heads here. Yeah, I don't. It's the internet over the bandwidth probably.
I gotcha.
First world problem.
Right. Don't have fast enough bandwidth. Hey,
No,
good
this
news
stuff.
though. Good news is all of May I'll be at my parents' house, right? And within the last couple of months, my dad actually upgraded to like the fastest bandwidth possible, and not to mention,
Dude,
I'll be able to just plug directly in with an Ethernet cable, so like I'm gonna be good.
yeah, dude, no, and like here's the thing is with Benedictine, we'll have access to all the stuff on campus. So at the end of the day, if any,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's totally true.
we can
Yeah,
literally set up a studio on campus and shoot our webinars from there.
yeah, that'd be actually great. Um, wow, yeah, it's an awesome advantage.
So yeah, and then shoot, even at the campus, the one here in Kansas City, they have to have high speed internet. Hopefully.
I would assume so. If they don't, I'm not going to have a very good connection Skyping you from Italy.
Which
uh, but yeah, I'm sure they do. Uh, how's the connection going to work in Italy for you?
no, so that's what I was gonna talk about. Like, I'm really, dude, we just need to start praying and fasting that this deal goes down, because, like, yeah, so much rides on this. Um, because I wanted to invest in satellite internet already for the apostolate because we wanted to get that broadcaster and that HD streaming camera.
Yeah.
I've already been looking into it, and I'm having dinner with John Urban tonight, who was my mentor. He does videos for Dust Institute.
Oh,
Um,
wow. That's awesome. Okay.
and basically, John's just waiting for us to have salaries, and he wants to come work and do videos for us.
What?
Yeah.
That's sweet. Okay. All right.
So specifically, he wants me to move out here to be his roommate already, um, which I wouldn't mind. I love it.
For sure.
Me and John went everywhere together. We went to World Youth Day together in Spain. He is my discipler, and then my mentor. We went to Rome together on a vocations pilgrimage.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. That sounds awesome, man. Um,
The original was for us to really invest in media and video and the arts. That's what I really believe. Beauty will transform the world, right?
absolutely.
And big key component of it. And I hopped my phone off of the internet, so maybe that'll help out with the bandwidth and stuff going out.
Okay.
I've only heard it on other websites that they're like, we just maxed out our bandwidth, ha ha ha. You know,
Yeah.
you're probably correct. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm right here. Hmm.
Anyways, I mean, you've seen our video, right? It's just the one we just did for our ask, basically.
Oh, yeah, and you, Karen. Yeah, I
And
saw it.
and I, yeah, all I wanted to just say was, um, you know what? Let's do that right now, so I knock out two birds with one stone. I was supposed to look over this with you, Karen. They like did awesome like restructure their website.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
I'm gonna go to Rome because they wanted to go this summer, or at least one of the times that I'm going. And um, our spot.
Wait, who?
No, this is not.
Who wanted to go this summer?
What's that?
Who wanted to go?
My parents.
Oh, yeah,
My
yeah.
parents.
Is there an update on that?
Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, they're just like they're really not. They're just kind of.
What's going on?
I can't say.
Oh, shoot.
I can't find the UK page.
It's in project. It's from Team Illuminate, technically from Madi. I am actually already on the page, but I can't share that with you. You still there? Brian.